The world is watching the Middle East with growing alarm. For years, Iran and Israel fought a shadow war. Spies, cyber attacks, secret operations. Now that conflict is out in the open, with missiles and drones crossing borders. This marks a dangerous new chapter in their rivalry. The fear, could this spark a much larger war? The escalation began with an attack on an Iranian diplomatic building, blamed on Israel. Iran responded with a massive direct attack, hundreds of drones and missiles. Most were intercepted, but the message was clear: the old rules are gone. Israel struck back, showing its military reach. Each action demands a reaction, pushing both nations closer to open war. This is no longer a local dispute, it's a direct clash between two regional powers. The Middle East is a web of alliances. Any war here could quickly spread. The US backs Israel. Russia and China have ties to Iran. Arab states are caught in the middle. The conflict could disrupt global trade, especially oil, impacting the world economy. The rhetoric is heated, and national pride is fueling aggression. The world hopes for diplomacy, but the path to peace is narrow. The stakes are high, not just for the region, but for global security. To understand this crisis, we must look at the forces driving it. Decades ago, Iran and Israel were quiet partners, united by common threats. The 1979 Islamic Revolution changed everything. Iran's new leaders called Israel illegitimate, fueling deep ideological hostility. Iran began supporting groups like Hezbollah and Hamas, committed to Israel's destruction. Israel saw Iran as an existential threat, shaping its foreign and military policy. Both sides now view each other through suspicion and fear. Iran sees Israel as an aggressive US outpost. Israel sees Iran as a radical regime seeking its demise. This mutual distrust has fueled decades of shadow war. Now that animosity is erupting into open confrontation. Iran's axis of resistance is a network of proxy groups: Hezbollah, Hamas, militias in Iraq and Syria, and the Houthis in Yemen. Iran funds, arms, and trains these groups, extending its reach without direct war. For Israel, this network is a ring of fire. Hezbollah alone has thousands of rockets aimed at Israel. Iranian-backed groups in Gaza and Syria keep Israel on constant alert. These proxies frequently attack Israel, forcing military responses and risking wider escalation. When one group acts, others often join in, turning local clashes into regional crises. Iran maintains deniability, but Israel holds Tehran responsible for proxy attacks. This strategy blurs lines and complicates international response. Israel increasingly targets Iranian assets in Syria to disrupt this network. Proxy warfare makes the conflict more dangerous and harder to resolve. America's alliance with Israel is deep billions in military aid, advanced weapons, and unwavering support. This backing gives Israel confidence, but also means any conflict could draw in the US. Iran sees the US and Israel as inseparable adversaries. In recent attacks, US forces helped intercept Iranian missiles, showing direct involvement. The US military presence in the region bases. Fleets protects interests but also creates targets. If war erupts, American forces could be drawn in, risking massive escalation. A single miscalculation could have catastrophic consequences. An attack on US troops would pressure Washington to strike back. Retaliation could close vital oil routes, threatening the global economy. US involvement, meant to stabilize, adds volatility to the crisis. The nuclear issue looms over the Iran-Israel conflict. Israel is believed to have nuclear weapons. Iran insists its program is peaceful, but suspicions run deep. The 2015 nuclear deal curbed Iran's program, but after the US withdrew, Iran accelerated enrichment. A nuclear-armed Iran would upend the region, possibly triggering an arms race. Israel sees this as an existential threat and might strike Iran's nuclear sites preemptively. Such an attack could ignite a massive regional war. Global powers, Russia, China, Europe, fear the fallout for security and oil markets. The nuclear question turns a regional rivalry into a global crisis. One misstep could lead to devastation on a historic scale. The world is watching, hoping for restraint. Headlines show explosions and threats, but the real story is complex. This isn't good versus evil. It's a tragedy of history, fear, and ambition. Understanding the roots, proxies, and alliances is crucial. Diplomacy is the only way out, but compromise is hard to find. The risk of accidental escalation is real. A single mistake could trigger disaster. Clear communication and de-escalation are vital. As global citizens, we must stay informed and think critically. The choices made now will shape the future of the Middle East and the world. In our interconnected world, peace requires vigilance and understanding.